Yeah.
Just getting into my hot sauce, man. You're
thought-
going to be worse than me, right?
When it comes to flavour, I'm worried, but with heat, I can pretty much handle anything. Like I've eaten like Carolina Reaper pepper whole, just gobbled it and
Oh,
just spicy as fuck. Like, but I did manage it. But
Ultra has fouls and shit, man. That's impressive.
Oh, I went yesterday, yeah.
oh,
Is it
but
a strong one?
It was decent. Yeah, I think my resistance has gone up though, especially like the wings place, hot sauces and stuff.
you would do it.
Yeah. I think files these days, like, they're noticeably really hot and everything, but I can still handle them. Like,
Fucking
had the whole thing.
Aaron had Frank's wings for Domino's. I loved them, man. I was like, you're definitely my nephew. Like.
Frank's is a really nice sauce. Like.
It's a really good. I don't honestly. I don't actually rate it as a hot sauce, if I'm honest.
I know what you mean, like it's like
a really good base.
Condiment. How would you call it? Like a condiment.
Yeah. Well, from the wings shop, like I've learned that it's physically the base of a lot of spicy. Like it's buffalo sauce, so you have buffalo sauce. I put sugar in my one, but
sticky.
Also, like I noticed that this other place that I go to, I've been going to for ages. I was tasting their sriracha wings. I was like, their sriracha wings are different to ours. They're both really good, but I think I prefer theirs slightly. There's a different sort of flavour, and I could always, their takeaway bag always smelled a certain way when I left. I had to leave it in the bathroom. Well, I couldn't bother to take it out at night time, so I always leave it in the bathroom overnight. I couldn't work out what the smell was. It turns out it's like sriracha buffalo. They mix the sriracha with Frank's, or with buffalo sauce that they make with Frank's. So then I was like, that's what it is. But then now I see, just from learning more, that it's actually you can make a lot of good sauces with Frank's as your starting point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's got the it's good at everything.
Aye.
It's just I don't rate it. Like I don't think it's nothing special about it. I suppose that's the best way to put it.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's good.
If you want a really good cheap sauce, the level of Frank's heat and flavour and price, go for Cholula hot sauce. It's the one that's got.
We buy it in 5 litre tubs.
Yeah, that's better than Frank's. I would say. Like, I like Frank's, but I like that one better. Cholula.
I was trying to take a picture the other day because I was making some buffalo sauce and I used four whole tubs of Frank's hot sauce. Because then we got like I think it's like a 50 odd litre, 57 litre pot that I make our sauces in. Obviously, it doesn't work a lot at the time. And I had the 4 empty ones there, and I was trying to take a picture of myself with it to send it to you, but I think like deliveries started coming, and then a rep came, and there might have been like a puddle on the floor at the same time. So it was annoying, whatever it was. And I was just, I've got to put this, I've got to put this away. I haven't got time to just go, hang on a minute. Little picture of me with 4 empty bottles of 5 litre Frank's.
I would take shots of that stuff. I had it on my scrambled eggs this morning, and then I had a carbonara total covered in it as well. I love the shit, man.
Oh yeah.
That actually, it'd be a really good actual marketing strategy for if you did like a Bloody Mary, you call it a Frank's hot sauce Bloody Mary. People, like any blokes that knew Frank's, like, I'll have a bit of that. Like, it's a recognised brand.
Frank's Bloody Mary, aye.
Normally you chuck just Tabasco and that in, but
nah, Frank's. Oof. Would you hate to get a hold of Frank's and say, look, we're going to use your logo on a sauce that's based on your sauce? Aye, that's what I'm
thought you were.
Oh, you wouldn't need to use their logo now, because you could just they'll be pleased, basically. They might even send you some free stuff.
Oh, very cool.
It'd work that way around. Okay, nice one.
Nice
one. If I sent them a message and said, can I have some free shit? I'm gonna. I could probably get some.
I sent a letter to bars asking for free iron brew, and he sent me a pen. That's cool.
Nice.
Paying for nothing.
You paying? I'm repaying the letter. He said he said, no, we can't do that, you big baldy bastard. But here's a pen. Oh, cheers. And drew a cockpit. Little Bobby, lines for pubes and a wee bit of spunkle at the top. Dotted line. Yeah, I've tried probably 150 hot sauces in total ever. Because you get them in Tiki Max these days, really cheap, and I'm talking like ones that are on hot ones. I got one last week actually in Edinburgh. It's called Melinda's hot sauce. It's lovely, and it's £4 in Tiki Max. It's usually like £14, like £16 in online. I've tried loads of sauces.
Have you tried the right? Do you care how they've got the hot ones, hot one,
The last dab.
and they've got the other one that's milder and tastier and more like a Frank's. Have you tried that one? The one that's like a Frank's?
Nah, I've not tried that. I've tried the last dab, but I've not tried any of them. Whatever.
I want to try the other one.
My guy, hot sauce dealer can get you some. Speak to him, man. Get you some on a wee bit tick for you as well. Get you some in tick. Or something.
So, get a lay on. Yeah. A lay on of some fucking hot sauce. Just to tide me over. So I don't
I thought to myself, I wonder if fig and habanero would be a nice like wing sauce.
Fig and habanero?
Yeah.
That would be nice, like.
Sweet chilies is awesome, man.
I've had pineapple habanero sauce. It's lovely, man. A wee bit of sweetness to habanero pepper. Mango habanero, yeah, I've had some of that. Like.
Fig would be quite a...
It's unusual, like.
I'm not seen it done. It would have been done. I'm not swanning in.
Ring's been done.
Swanning into the hot sauce making game and not getting a
we've got a lot of
first time.
Yeah, people making hot sauce. Like even me, I was gonna make hot sauce.
Yeah, I've had quite a few customers that come in and they're like, oh, they're really enthusiastic looking at the menu and then talks about the hot stuff and they're like, oh, right, it's really hot by the way. You sure you're right with that? Then it's like, oh, I'll make my own hot sauce, mate. That's fine.
Yeah. Do you think Frank's is the scorching hottest sauce you can get, and then they'll try something like Carolina Reaper or a ghost pepper, and the end is totally game over. Like it's so fucking spicy. Like. Compare Frank's to like a Carolina Reaper, there's no fucking winning. Like Carolina.
Frank's to that Carolina Reaper.
Andy made my Screaming Champ.
Honestly, I put drips in it in a pot noodle and it's roasting, and that's just a few drops.
Yeah, you could totally use that to like melt metal. Like it's really spicy. It's tasty, hot, like. It's hot.
Good.
I could have like a teaspoon of that in meals, like pasta or pot noodles or that. Anymore, I'm just game over. Like.
That's strong. Like.
Yeah, I had about half a teaspoon to most like pasta dishes and that of that sort of heat if I'm making some spicy pasta. But it's kind of weird because I love hot stuff. I love like really spicy sauces. But if the whole wing is totally soaked in sauce, it's hard. I prefer just wee sort of like tiny wee like bits of sauce in it to the whole wing. Like.
That's kind of my thought with right. So with all our sauces, all our wings, sorry, they're tossed in their sauce respectively because it's like it's partly for ease.
Yeah, it's easier, like.
You know, well, as in staff training wise, it's just like everything's tossed. That's the type of wing we do. We do all of them in tossed in sauces. That's part of the brand almost. But I think there's a couple of them that should just, like the cheese one, should just be ladled on, for example, like into the box on top of the wings.
Yeah.
And the Naga wings, wherever you have them, it's like, I wouldn't say drizzled on top, like that implies it's not. There's a very small quantity, but it's spread over the top rather than like being tossed in it.
Like
it's
hot one
hot
style.
and potent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just
That's
think
it.
I want that as the serve, but honestly, we get so fucking busy in some periods, it's just not fair on them
Yeah.
to make them do loads of stuff like
You
that.
don't have time to do that, like, don't have time to do that, like.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah.
tossing's actually a bit of a process, but it's more about the thinking about it. You know, like you can always, you know, when it comes to training people, you can just throw someone in there with a little bit of training. They just know to toss all the wings, rather than having to remember the aftermath needs drizzling, the all eyes on me, and the up in smoke need ladling. You know, like it switches up the method. It's something for them to remember, like a recipe for them to be able to recite to themselves.
Wasn't the guy on the front of the Notorious B.I.G. album naked as well? So I'm totally thinking it's someone else, the little baby.
Well, yeah, that's meant to be big, isn't it?
But was he also naked? You're talking about the guy for the Nirvana
It might
album.
be a she, to be honest.
She,
it might be
yeah.
his daughter.
I would take a lot of time to precisely put on sauce, like. But if I'm having like food with spicy stuff, I tend to just add it on, like my own sort of dabs.
It might actually be quicker because when you take a wing out of the fryer, or the wings out of the fryer, you've got to then put it in the corresponding bowl for the sauce, pour sauce on top of that, and then toss it for a bit, make sure it coats it, maybe put a bit more sauce on, toss it, and then dump it in the box. Whereas if you just stick it out of the fryer straight into the box and drizzle the sauce on, it's actually a quicker process.
Yeah.
But as we've got 10 types of wings, and it just gets so if we were more consistently, like, especially because we're really busy Friday and especially Saturday night, and I just think we need to be busier in other nights of the week to get a whole other member of staff to be able to help to do all that sort of, you know. It's not fair to put it on that one guy, Vincenzo.
Two tossers, like, your staff are tossers. That's true.
So, they're decent, but I just hate staff in general, to be honest.
How's the new chef?
Yeah, he's doing really good. Like the reviews since he started, we've had so many 5-star reviews and stuff. Like not conclusively on delivery. We're still having problems with delivery, but like all the ones that he gets so many because he's so fucking chatty with everyone, and so friendly, and takes so much time to recommend different things to people, and like gets to know them and looks after them, and it's just honestly since he started, it's just fucking the reviews have like doubled.
Good.
Everyone's going to have their problems, and that's what I've got to accept in staff. And it's like there's nothing I can ever be annoyed with any member of staff that I haven't done to my boss in the past.
Yeah.
Although I've always been really reliable, that's the thing. I always come to work. I'm rarely ever sick. And when I was there, I was always on time, always early. In fact, I was that guy. But I just have certain occasions, and I was so I had a big ego as well. But I could back it up. Basically.
Yeah. That's a total ego thing to say, like.
Yeah.
Quite right. Like.
Watch me bartend.
I've seen you.
Cristiano Ronaldo knows he's good at football.
Right.
I might say he in chugs. Prove it.
Ultra, my dad isn't getting gin anymore, really. He says it fucks his stomach. But he's like, could you make a whiskey one for him? What's that, an old fashioned again?
That's the best one for me to make for him, really, if he likes whiskey, because it's pretty much just like diluted whiskey with sugar syrup, Angostura bitters, and an orange peel.
Right.
He'll love that.
Old fashioned.
You got a peeler? Oh no, you'll have it. You'll have it.
A peeler.
Must have a peeler.
A serrated knife is fine.
No, I think I've like a potato peeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one anyway.
Peel your eyes out.
They're my old fashioned, man. And what were you gonna get? Were you decided yet?
I thought you were saying rum things.
Rum sours, though.
No, not for. Oh yeah, I thought about this yesterday. Actually, I can't really have rum sours. I've got a bit of a damaged tooth at the moment, and it's sensitive to the acid.
Right. What about margarita?
That's my favourite. Yeah, it's sweet, like, and it's got salt around it as well.
Nah, it's the acid from the citrus. It's not. Margaritas aren't meant to be sweet. If you have a sweet margarita, it's either called they've either dumbed it down for the palate of the